Welcome to this part series where we explore Carl Jung's encounters with his inner feminine personified as Salome in the Red Book, the wellspring from which Jung derived his groundbreaking psychological theories on the Anima Archetype. Jung's exploration of the Anima Archetype invites us on a transformative journey, one that transcends mere intellectual inquiry and delves into the depths of personal evolution. It challenges the conventional notion of a static, unchanging self and beckons us to engage in a dialogue with the unconscious. Through this dialogue, we discover the potential for profound enrichment and a deeper understanding of the human experience. Yet she is also the siren, calling from the depths, challenging one to venture beyond the safety of the known, to confront and integrate the parts of oneself that lie in shadow. Recognizing the anima's presence within a man's psyche is of paramount importance. Disregarding this essential aspect renders him susceptible to unconscious patterns that bind him to his emotions, clouding his perception of reality. As men navigate their relationship with their feminine side in contemporary society, each individual's subconscious projects its unique manifestation of the Anima Archetype. If you, the listener, have experienced dreams involving women, consider them as messages from your Anima Archetype, attempting to communicate subconscious insights in aligning your perception with reality. Exploring Jung's encounters with the anima offers invaluable guidance for modern men, helping them draw parallels with their own psyche. In Jung's initial interactions with his anima, we also encounter a character named Elijah, who can be seen as a symbolic representation of Jung's intellect. Elijah will play a key role in aiding him to integrate and balance his feminine facets. Let's now delve into Jung's writings, from his first encounter with the woman within, and afterwards analyze its profound implications. On the night when I considered the essence of the god, I became aware of an image. I lay in a dark depth. An old man stood before me. He looked like one of the old prophets. A black serpent lay at his feet. Some distance away, I saw a house with columns. A beautiful maiden steps out of the door. She walks uncertainly, and I see that she is blind. The old man waves to me, and I follow him to the house at the foot of the sheer wall of rock. The serpent creeps behind us. Darkness reigns inside the house. We are in a high hall with glittering walls. A bright stone, the color of water, lies in the background. As I look into its reflection, the images of Eve, the tree, and the serpent appear to me. After this, I catch sight of Odysseus and his journey on the high seas. Suddenly, a door opens on the right onto a garden full of bright sunshine. We step outside and the old man says to me,
"Do you know where you are?"
"I am a stranger here, and everything seems strange to me, anxious as in a dream. Who are you?"
"I am Elijah, and this is my daughter Salome."
"The daughter of Herod? The bloodthirsty woman?"
"Why do you judge so? You see that she is blind. She is my daughter, the daughter of the prophet."
"What miracle has united you?"
"It is no miracle. It was so from the beginning. My wisdom and my daughter are one."
I'm shocked. I am incapable of grasping it.
"Consider this. Her blindness and my sight have made us companions through eternity."
Forgive my astonishment. Am I truly in the underworld?
Do you love me?
How can I love you? How do you come to this question? I see only one thing. You are Salome, a tiger. Your hands are stained with the blood of the Holy One. How should I love you?
You will love me.
I love you? Who gives you the right to such thoughts?
I love you.
Leave me be, I dread you, you beast.
You do me wrong. Elijah is my father, and he knows the deepest mysteries. The walls of his house are made of precious stones. His wells hold healing water, and his eyes see the things of the future. And what wouldn't you give for a single look into the infinite unfolding of what is to come? Are these not worth a sin for you?
Your temptation is devilish. I long to be back in the upper world. It is dreadful here. How oppressive and heavy is the air.
What do you want? The choice is yours.
But I do not belong to the dead. I live in the light of day. Why should I torment myself here with Salome? Do I not have enough of my own life to deal with?
You heard what Salome said.
I cannot believe that you, the prophet, can recognize her as a daughter and a companion. Is she not engendered from heinous seed? Was she not vain greed and criminal lust?
But she loved a holy man.
And shamefully shed his precious blood.
She loved the prophet who announced the new God to the world. She loved him. Do you understand that? For she is my daughter.
Do you think that because she is your daughter, she loved the prophet in John the Father?
By her love shall you know her.
But how did she love him? Do you call that love?
What else was it?
I am horrified. Who wouldn't be horrified if Salome loved him?
Are you cowardly? Consider this, I and my daughter have been one since eternity.
You pose dreadful riddles. How could it be that this unholy woman and you, the prophet of your God, could be one?
Why are you amazed? But you see it, we are together.
What my eyes see is exactly what I cannot grasp. You, Elijah, who are a prophet, the mouth of God, and she, a bloodthirsty horror. You are the symbol of the most extreme contradiction.
We are real and not symbols.
I see how the black serpent rides up the tree and hides in the branches. Everything becomes gloomy and doubtful. Elijah rises, I follow, and we go silently back through the hall. Doubt tears me apart. It is all so unreal, and yet a part of my longing remains behind. Will I come again? Salome loves me. Do I love her? I hear wild music, a tambourine, a sultry moonlit night, the bloody staring head of the Holy One. Fear seizes me. I rush out. I am surrounded by the dark night. It is pitch black all around me. Who murdered the hero? Is this why Salome loves me? Do I love her, and did I therefore murder the hero? She is one with the prophet, one with John, but also one with me. Woe! Was she the hand of the god? I do not love her, I fear her. Then the spirit of the depths spoke to me and said, Therein you acknowledge her divine power. In Jung's first encounter with Elijah and Salome, his subconscious elected to manifest them as two historical figures. Elijah, a prominent prophet of the Old Testament, initially emerges in 1 Kings 17, delivering divine messages to King Ahab of Israel. In 1953, Jung depicted Elijah as a profoundly mythical yet likely historical figure. Collating diverse historical depictions, Jung characterized him as a living archetype, symbolizing the collective unconscious and the self. He observed that such a constellated archetype fostered novel assimilations and served as a compensatory force within the unconscious. Salome, daughter of Herodias and stepdaughter of King Herod, features in the narratives of Matthew 14 and Mark 6. When John the Baptist condemned Herod's marriage to his brother's wife, Herod imprisoned him. During Herod's birthday festivities, Salome, referred to simply as the daughter of Herodias, danced before him and requested the head of John the Baptist, leading to his beheading. However, their significance transcends mere appearance. for those who can peer beyond the veil. To achieve such insight, one must first grasp that the manifestation of consciousness is thought, emotion, and action, known as the trinity. Thought, the masculine force represented by Elijah and emotion, the feminine force in nature represented by Salome. This symbolic representation extends even to the human brain, where the two brain hemispheres mirror this duality, the left brain symbolizing intellect, and the right brain the emotions and creativity, embodying the genesis of our experiences. With this foundational understanding, we can interpret Elijah and Salome as reflections of Jung's current state of consciousness. Salome, portrayed as blind, suggests Jung's lack of comprehension of his emotions, while his fear of her and preference for conversing with Elijah imply a dominance of left brain attributes. Jung's hesitation intensifies when Salome professes her love for him, revealing his ongoing struggle with self-knowledge and self-love. Ultimately, to authentically love oneself, one must first know thyself. Jung then turns to Elijah for solace. "I am horrified. Who wouldn't be horrified if Salome loved him? Are you cowardly? Consider this. I and my daughter have been one since eternity. You pose dreadful riddles. How could it be that this unholy woman and you, the prophet of your God, could be one?" Here, Jung grapples with his own intellect, endeavoring to reconcile the convergence of divine thoughts and the presence of Salome. Yet, he has not fully grasped that his Anima Salome embodies the feminine essence within him, and that the cosmic interplay of masculine and feminine energies has persisted since the dawn of the universe. This is no child's play. Jung is actively delving into his own subconscious mind. When trying to grasp how deep these functions reside within the brain, Jung later recounted this during a seminar. "I used the same technique of the descent, but this time I went much deeper. The first time, I should say, I reached a depth of about 1,000 feet, but this time it was a cosmic depth. It was like going to the moon, or like the feeling of a descent into empty space. First, the picture was of a crater or a ring chain of mountains, and my feeling association was that of one dead, as if oneself were a victim. It was the mood of the land of the hereafter. I could see two people, an old man with a white beard and a young girl who was very beautiful. I assumed them to be real and listened to what they were saying." Jung here recounts the inner struggle of pushing through feelings of death before his subconscious mind would manifest its masculine and feminine projections. Isn't it logical to experience such emotions, given that as one evolves, the old self must inevitably perish? In the upcoming episode, we'll explore Jung's next encounter with his inner feminine, following his journey towards achieving balance with this essential aspect of the psyche.